What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy, Myron McRae, a.k.a. Tornado McRae, across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and Panther obligations. And first of all, happy Memorial Day to all our fallen veterans. Hope they are resting easy on the other side. For those of you who know, I am a vet. I do have friends who are still active duty, but all of us, we understand that Memorial Day is for those soldiers, airmen, Navy shipmen, Marines, Coast Guardmen, anybody who has fallen in the line of duty and has made that ultimate sacrifice. We do this day to remember them. So on behalf of me, I think a lot of other vets and active duty members, we do appreciate you saying thank you to our service on this weekend. But to do one step, go to your local cemetery, or if you know of anybody who was an active duty military member or had family members who had somebody make that ultimate sacrifice, give them the praise and thanks, and thank to them for making that ultimate sacrifice. So just wanted to extend that out. Happy Memorial Day to all my fallen brothers and sisters in arms. Hope y'all are resting easy on the other side. Now, let's go ahead and get into today's docket, guys. A few things. I know it's been a long weekend, so we probably ain't going to have too much, but let's see a few things on the docket, and let's go ahead and talk about it. And first things first, actually, because I don't know why I'm on the last one, but yeah, this is actually the first thing that I want to talk about because I didn't even realize it. But guys, the first thing that we want to be on discussion with is Carolina's playoff hopes. A key to Carolina's playoff hopes reside in one thing, and that is beating Tampa Bay. Now, I know that shouldn't be coming as a shocker. That honestly should not be a wild thought concept because Tampa Bay has been the dominant team in the NFC South of the last few years, and it really shouldn't be a shocker that, hey, in order to get to the playoffs, you have to beat Tampa Bay. But I still want to talk to y'all about it. And right now, we all know how the schedule is currently set up. We have Tampa Bay in Week 16 and Week 18. And if the way this league and the way that everything is going to play out, those two games are probably going to determine the NFC South champion. I'm going to be honest with you, and that's the way it's go. But guys, history hasn't been on our side when it comes to Tampa Bay the last few years. And I know. I don't want to bring it up. It's negative thinking, but it's just, listen, those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it. So we got to know the history. And with that, we've lost the last 5 straight games to Tampa Bay. And we're 1-9 in our last 10 meetings. And it pains me to show this. It really does. It really does pain me to show this. But guys, here's one reason why. And it's just their QB play has been just crazy against us. Because when you look at it, their two QBs, Tom Brady and Baker Mayfield, when you look at the numbers, Brady, 1,838 yards, passing yards, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception, 69.8 completion percentage, a passer rating of 106.7, and he was only sacked 6 times in 6 games. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And then you got Baker Mayfield, who came in after him. Man's already in 4 games, 953 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 65.1 completion percentage, a 95.8 passer rating. But we've sacked him 10 times. So that's a positive. I mean, that's a positive spin on it. But I'm saying all that to say this, guys. We have a revamped defense. And we have a confident offense. First of all, that defense is going to be key. If that defense can somehow shake Baker Mayfield, who, honestly, I'm not surprised that he's 4-0 considering the way how he left Carolina. I'm pretty sure he has a vendetta against us at this point or has sprinkled in some hoodoo voodoo to make sure he always dominates us. But with the revamped defense and everything that we're doing, I think we can finally get to him and get him rattled. We get Baker rattled, we can have honestly Tampa Bay rattled. And then a confident offense, that offense we had at the end of last year, starting into this year and just having a whole season to mesh, chemistry, get better and better and better. By the time we get to Week 16 and Week 18, if that offense is moving the way we believe it will, I'm saying, man. I see the potential for this because even though they've won the last 4 NFC titles, these 2 games could indicate the changing of the guard. This could be the end of Tampa Bay's run and the rise of Carolina's. And we all know the old saying, In order to be the king, you have to beat the king. You have to. So in my mind, I'm like, bro, this could be the year. This could be the year that it changes. This could be the year that it shifts. And this could be the year that we win the NFC title for the next four years, 5 years, or whatever the case may be. But it's going to have to go through Tampa Bay. Not start there, but it's definitely going to go through Tampa Bay. We can't sit there and lose both games to Tampa Bay again and think we're going to win the NFC South. I'm sorry, not sorry. It's just not going to happen because we're going to beat New Orleans. Then somehow we're going to split with Atlanta because for some reason we always split with Atlanta, or at least it feels like that most years than not. It's always a 1-1 split. And then it's going to come down to Tampa Bay. We have to beat them. And they are the kings of the NFC South. So if we want to be the Kings, we got to beat the Kings. And I believe we can beat the Kings this year. But we're going to move on to the next subject. And one thing that apparently some people say that can help us is trade for Trevon Diggs, apparently. So it kind of got me off guard, like when I seen this. But yeah, apparently there have been some rumors about Trevon Diggs. He is on the market to be traded, apparently. And Bleacher Report's Brent Sablinski, he named Trevon Diggs as being traded this upcoming year, if not by next offseason. So and what really throws me off is he says he believes Trevon will be traded for this. He says Trevon Diggs is open to being traded for a 2026 sixth round draft pick. And to follow that up, David Latham of Last World Sports, he said the potential teams for this trade are Carolina, Buffalo, and Kansas City. So this is what the trade would look like. As of right now, from what they've put out there, there have been no further details or anything like that. We would get Trevon Diggs. They get a 2026 sixth round draft pick. And we do have his 2026, so it's not like it's not there. And to follow that up, here's what Latham had to say about Diggs coming to Carolina. Says the Carolina Panthers improved their defense in the offseason, but this still projects as one of the weaker units in the league. While J.C. Horn and Mike Jackson are an adequate starting duo, a Trevon Diggs trade could create one of the league's better secondaries. Seeing Carolina plays in a weak NFC South, Diggs' presence could be enough to guide this team to an unlikely division championship. First thing first, Mr. Latham. Unlikely? Yeah, nah, I'm going to need you to get up out of here with that one. Even if we don't get Diggs, yeah, nah. Unlikely? Don't disrespect us like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't. But I'm looking at that and I'm like, And bro, I just, it doesn't sit right in my soul. It doesn't sit right in my soul. One, let's look at Trevon Diggs' recent injury history. So, 2024, the man missed 6 games due to multiple injuries over the course of the season. He had a calf injury, a groin injury, and a knee injury. Then, in 2023, he tore his ACL and missed the rest of the season he tore his ACL in week 2 and missed the rest of the season. So, that already doesn't bode well for Mr. Diggs. And then you follow that up with his contract situation. Trevon Diggs signed a 5-year, $97 million contract extension in 2023, which averages out to $19 million a year. And these are the cap hits by the years, bro. 2025, $12.5 million cap hit to a team's salary. 2026, $18.4 million. 2027, $23.4 million. And 2028, $21 million. And what's even crazier is there is no guaranteed money after the 2025 season. So there's all of that. I say all this to say absolutely not. Do not do this trade. Please, Carolina, do not do this trade. I get y'all want a corner that is opposite of J.C. Horn, another lockdown corner. I completely understand. I do. I understand the desire there. But Trevon Diggs is not the answer. One, we all know Jerry Jones ain't going to want just a 6th round pick for Trevon Diggs. Just a 6th round? That's it? No. We know that's not going to be the thing. We know that. Like, come on now. Any smart person, but then again, Jerry's not smart. I'm going to be honest. So maybe. But there are other reasons why I wouldn't sign off on this, because the second reason I wouldn't, outside of 2021, Trevon Diggs has not finished a season with more than 3 interceptions. 2021, he had 11. It was phenomenal. But outside of that, he has not finished a season with more than 3. So he's not the interception machine a lot of people think. 3. Have you seen Trevon Diggs play? He gets beat in man coverage a lot. A lot. I'm just being that guy. I'm being honest. At least in every game I've seen Trevon Diggs play, he gets beat in man coverage more times than not, and it is not good. That just puts us in a bigger hole than where we've been. 4, money-wise, financially, it doesn't make sense because we just paid J.C. Horn. We can't really afford a huge payday like that, or at least on the other corner end like that. It's hard for me to justify going to get Trevon Diggs for that price, knowing he gets beaten man coverage a lot, knowing we're going to have to give up more assets than just a 6th-round pick, and we got to throw in the recent injuries too. Like, that just doesn't make sense from multiple logical standpoints, and it doesn't seem justifiable. Now, I did hear Jair Alexander's on the block. That's a possibility. Like, I heard Jair Alexander from Green Bay might be out there. So if we're going to trade for somebody, if I had to choose between Jair Alexander and Trevon Diggs, and we're going to make this trade and do some things, I would go with Jair Alexander. That's just me. But you guys let me know about that. And lastly, guys, third thing we do want to talk about, according to some experts, our own Robert Hunt could be the potential winner of the NFL's new Offensive Lineman Award this year. So, for those of you who don't know, including myself, I did actually not learn this until today. The NFL is announcing a new award for offensive linemen this year, the NFL Protector Award. And this award will be given to the best offensive lineman of the year. First of all, it's about damn time, honestly. Like, it's about time that the NFL gives an award to the big boys up front on the offensive line, because even the defensive linemen get an award. It's about time they give an award to the big boys up front who make everything go. We all know this. Offensive linemen make or break a team. You have a great O-line, you could do anything. You have a trash O-line, you're sitting here picking first in the draft. I mean, am I wrong? So I do like the fact that the NFL is finally giving an award and giving recognition to the big guys up front who do a lot. Now, with that being said, Pro Football Network's Jacob Infante says Carolina has several good candidates, but the best one to him is actually Robert Hunt. And here's what he had to say about Hunt. He said, the Carolina Panthers got great early returns out of signing Hunt to a massive deal last offseason, as he ended up making his first Pro Bowl after 4 previous seasons with the Dolphins. That recognition, along with his $100 million contract, rightfully shows he's respected as one of the top guards in the league. So, I love that Hunt is getting the praise and whatnot. But also, apparently there are a few other people who say Carolina has other candidates who could win. One, you have right tackle Taylor Moton. And honestly, and the reason being is because he posted the team's highest pass blocking grade last year at a 79.8. Hunt had a 57.5, which I'm pretty sure Hunt would argue if he had to be like, how y'all gonna give me that low of a grade? Then you have left tackle Ickey Ekwonu. We love Ickey, and Ickey had the best run blocking grade last year at 80.5, whereas Hunt had a 72.0. And there's also left guard Damian Lewis, who had a great breakout season here in his first year with Carolina last year. So you have about 4 candidates who could honestly be up for consideration from the Carolina Panthers alone. Now, I will say this. I do not know how the NFL is going to give this award out, or what they're going to base it off of. First things first, I think they should make O-lineman stats more readily available, like pancake blocks, sacks given up, pass blocker rating, run blocker rating, and like just give us the formulas, put those stats up for us to know and show us like what those are. Like understandably, if you play football, you know what a pancake block really looks like. You know when somebody's giving up a sack. But when you go and check those on ESPN and whatnot, they don't have those stats readily available. They don't have it readily available on ESPN.com. You got to go digging in deep. Like, you got to go deep into the archives to find it. So I would like that to be more readily available. This way, it's easier for the average fan to track who got the best offensive lineman award. And it's not just, oh, we're going to give the best offensive lineman award to somebody from the Eagles because the Eagles can do the tush push every year. Or when Dallas had that great O-line back in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, and Marion Barber and all of them could just run for days, and Felix Jones could run for days because that was a great offensive line. But nobody really knew why. They didn't know how many sacks they weren't giving up, X, Y, and Z. So that's what I say. But to me, I also like the fact that Carolina has multiple names that could contend for the award, and I think it would be phenomenal if a Carolina Panther was able to win the inaugural Offensive Lineman Award, the NFL Protector Award, especially considering where our franchise has been the last few years. I feel as though this would be another indication of the turnaround that is happening. Bryce playing well, the defense steps up. Then all of a sudden we have an offensive lineman win the NFL Protector Award, the very first one too. That to me shows, hey, yo, Carolina definitely knows how to keep pounding, and we've turned this franchise around, and now we're coming back to contend for championships, division titles, and Super Bowl wins, and so on and so forth. But guys, that's all I have for today's episode. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom so you can always get updated on when we drop these videos. And let me know your thoughts. Do you think, A, the key to us getting to the playoffs is beating Tampa Bay, or do you think we can get there without beating Tampa Bay anyway? B, would you trade for Trevon Diggs or anybody else at the corner position? And C, if we win off, would you like us to win? Well, no, that's a dumb question. Who do you think on our offensive line could win the first NFL Protector of the Year award? Do you think it's Hunt? Do you think it's Icky? Do you think it's Moten? Or do you think it's anybody else on the line that we're not talking about? And let me know, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with two tats. Peace. What's up, all you Panther Nation? Take care. Later days. Happy Memorial Day. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.